Okay, so I've been wanting to vlog for the last few days because I do have a lot I want to express, but I just haven't because I've been overwhelmed with work and life, my relationship, or so funny to hear me say relationship when I swore that I was the captain of the divestment movement here in my room, of course. But I mean, I have the whole captain hat and everything. But I I was brought to the phone because I just had a teary, emotional moment that just sprung up on me like Uranus, and so I don't want to give the whole story away because I want to turn it into a movie, but the way my life is going, this might be the movie right here as I'm speaking it out to you. Like, I don't know how much time I have to do all the things that I ever thought that I would have accomplished already by this age. How about that? But this movie just sprung up on me this year anyway because, you know, it's based on a true story, the story of my life since this year has ushered in, more or less since the spring. But anyways, fast forward, talking to and dealing with one of my clients that, has some possessive obsession with me, won't let me go type of thing, has seduced me with sex, money, gifts, groceries, trips, dates, and all on a his salary is probably half of mine. Um, but he's been making it happen, trying to keep a smile on my face. Um, the thing is, though, is that I'm not happy because obviously, like I've spoke about in the past, when your love language is gifts, to me, that's saying that you like to be manipulated. You like to be bought, you know. It's so funny. I was just doing or looking at that video on YouTube that shows you some certain lines in your palms that show what type of marriage you would have. And it does say my marriage would be combined of love and arrangement. And it's pretty much what I'm going through right now. So this guy is a Pisces. I have Pisces in the 8th house along with my moon and south node. And so, my child's father is a Pisces. And this is okay, so just walk with me because I know that what I have to say, even if I explain it thoroughly, it's just still going to sound like I'm all over the place. And I'm looking at my Coty lotion. But in the high respect of my girl Daisy, who is just up there on YouTube spitting in code all day long, and I find myself listening, not listening, which that's how I know I'm becoming more crazy, because why are you feeding that into your subconscious? And I think I do this with several channels where I know the person is just speaking and not totally making sense, but here I am trying to help make sense of it with them. What are you doing? So, but anyway, so walk with me on this one. So, boom. 23 years ago, I'm pregnant and I am dealing with a Pisces. I am also dealing with a Leo. I don't know who the father is. All of this is written in my chart, by the way. What is it? Because I have Mars opposite Uranus or something like that. I don't remember. It's been so long why I know the things that I know. But anyway, so back to the story. I'm talking to a Leo and I'm talking to a Pisces. The Leo is popular. The Pisces gets me where I like them. I like both of them. Okay, I'm pregnant. Um, One is trying to get me pregnant purposely. I'm also a stripper. I'm also senior year of high school. I'm also taking care of my younger siblings, helping my mom out because she is pregnant, and it's geriatric because she's 38. So I'm helping her by helping my siblings while dancing and maintaining these boyfriends. I was very popular in my city because I was kind of new to the city. Well, I had been here 4 years by now. But anyway, still walk with me, right? So now I get a pregnancy test. It says I'm pregnant. I'm sick. Okay. Or I don't even think I went to get a pregnancy test. I think I found out in the doctor's office. Okay. So now I'm at Walgreens and I see the Leo's brother. I won't say who he is because he's famous. But I see the Leo's brother at Walgreens and he says, "Hey," I say, "Hey, I'm pregnant by your brother." And he says, "What?" He has 2 other girls pregnant right now. And then he's like saying, "So this nigga got 3 girls pregnant." So at that moment, I knew that I wasn't having that baby. Even the famous guy, he wasn't famous yet, the brother. Anyway, so I went stripping, dancing, and made enough money to get that abortion and got the hell out of there. Made my appointment, got the abortion, cried the whole time. I felt guilty. There was a girl on my block who was there the same day, and she has the same name as me, except for one vowel difference. And because I was crying, she started to put on a face that, "Oh yeah, you're right, I should have remorse." But she didn't have any remorse. But it also gave me the feel that perhaps she was pregnant by someone she shouldn't be pregnant by, like a relative. But anyway, that's just my intuition wanting to make up stories. So anyway, I have the abortion. I never told the Leo because the Pisces was there for me, right? The Leo was out working, boasting and bragging, out with other bitches. The Pisces just really wanted to be in my life, in my family. The Pisces is a foreigner, you know. And again, touching his sun touching my moon, we just had a more emotional, more consistent, fulfilling thing going on. So I never bothered to tell the Leo. Then a couple of years later, I tell the Leo. And, he saddened a little because he liked me. But it was at that moment where he was too busy taking care of the other 2 kids that he really didn't feel like he was missing anything. You know what I mean? Like he was already juggling the 2. So moved right along. Okay, now we fast forward to today, day and age. I am dealing with a young Pisces who looks just like my baby daddy, because the Pisces from before, oh yeah, I had a baby with him, I think 2 years later. He was that determined. He put a hole in the condom, which lots of women are talking about now. He bragged about it. But again, if I were to ever post everything that was in my phone, you would have heard this story already. So anyway, I'm talking to a Pisces now. He's a foreigner. He looks like my baby daddy because, when you're like so close, when you're kissing someone and you're so close to them that when you just open your eyes lowly, you can just see like the lower parts of their face, not looking into their eyes, but maybe looking at everything else. And when I do that, It's like he has the same facial features, you know? Um, but like all my boyfriends, they all remind me of each other. They say similar things, they have similar um, humor, um, characteristics. But even like I'm talking about more specifically, they say the same words or they say my name the same way. But anyway, this guy, like I said earlier, super obsessive and possessive. And, you know, even when I want to reenact this, you know, like maybe to do a skit or to actually do the movie, I think about how could I display how much aggression this guy has gone through, or I could say the length of damn, I hate drawing a blank in the middle because I hate lengthy videos, but the obstacle course. I put him through an obstacle course for now, I think it's been 6 months, and he's still hanging in there. So I don't know. It's like I don't know if I could, you know, verbally express how hard this guy has been going. I mean, for those that hack my phone and watch me on the dark net, hello, you guys know. But I mean, just like if I don't answer the phone, he'll call on every single app simultaneously, consistently, for a good minute or two, where it's like really extremely annoying, you know. Um, I'm nothing like that. But anyway, I mean, again, I don't want to give the movie away, but he's reminding me of a movie. Because you see, it's like he said, and you'll know the movie when I say this. He says, when she says, she's the one I have to have. This is how he acts. He acts as if he's trying to crawl back into the womb. He acts as if he is my long lost son. Now, the reason I cried today is because I've been noticing this since I met him. And I have been calling him this in my own secret world because I don't want to divulge the whole movie. But I told my mom and my daughter about it. The thing is that now, that same Leo from the past is now calling up and wanting to rekindle, so to speak. And while I haven't thought about him in that type of way, I'm talking about since early 2000s, maybe not even, maybe even 99, baby. I haven't thought about him in that type of way since then. I associate him with the smell of farts, with smell of cheeseburgers and farts. I don't know, maybe he bought me a cheeseburger and I was probably disgusted after that. Let me rephrase that. He probably bought me some Burger King and I was probably like, yuck. Never had a guy buy me fast food. That's like, whoa. So anyway, yeah, he's back. And isn't that ironic that he would be back when I am technically picking up where I left off with my baby daddy? So my baby daddy has been deported for over 21 years, to say the least, probably 22 years actually. Yeah, he's been deported. And so it's like, I remember when he got deported, And also when my sister's baby father died, I remember feeling like, oh, so we were just destined to not have, husbands or fathers figures in our households. Like they had been snatched from us, is how I felt. And so, yeah, back to him, it's like I always felt that our relationship, our family had been snatched from me because he got deported. And even when he got deported, I was willing to move across the sea for him, but not him. He almost took it as an escape. Reasons to keep going on with his life and keep meeting more women and try to build. He never, ever thought about reuniting with me and my daughter. I mean, I really don't know why that is. I know at some point, I think I don't know if it's he lost trust or lost respect, but what tended to happen with our relationship was, he was one of these guys that wanted to be popular amongst all men, right? Kind of a people pleaser amongst all men. And then when he finds some man that's more alpha than him, and they get a look at me, then it threatens his masculinity, right? So I've had men tell me in front of him, like, you fuck with this loser, like, things of that type of nature, or I'll take her away from you now, type of stuff like that. And I know he's had much of that, to whereas he probably got tired of fighting, especially when it started to become like family and things like that for him. Even when after he got deported, he took me to the islands, or he bought me tickets. I came to visit him in the islands, and same thing. The men were like clowning and disrespecting him in front of me to try to embarrass him. And yeah, so that's my rendition of the story. I don't know why he actually did not want to have a family with me thereafter. So anyway, thus, like I said, my family was taken away. And there were plenty of opportunities for us to fix it and pick it back up, but he never wanted to. The only thing he wanted to do was give me another baby. That's all he would say. And don't you think it's time for me to give you another baby? I know you don't want to have babies with a whole bunch of men. And I used to tell him, I don't know why you think that. I don't mind having babies with a whole bunch of men. Never happened that way, but like that was the least of my worries. I don't care about things like that. My mother herself has 7 children by 4 different men or 3 different men. Who knows? I don't care. But anyway, so yeah, so back to what I was saying. Sorry guys, walk with me. So this new Pisces guy basically picked up where it left off with the first Pisces, my baby daddy. He gives me that adventure, whereas I have Sag in the 5th house, and so I like foreigners. I like learning about different cultures, I should say. That I like. Very interesting for me. And here it is that the old Leo is interrupting the new Pisces thing. Kind of retrogradish effect. Dang, there are some details I want to just spew out, like about why I think this guy is a ghost from the past. But then I, again, would be giving away all the juicy details of the movie. OMG. But okay, we're almost at 20 minutes, and I just had to say that one piece. Actually, F it. Let me just go into something else. Now, our relationship, my relationship with the Pisces guy, it's on the brink of a breakup. And I say that because I have been doing this consistently for the last 6 months where when I feel overwhelmed, I'll just take a break from him. And it could be 3 days of not speaking to him. It could be a week. I think I was able to get away with 3 weeks one time. No, that doesn't even sound right. Maybe 2 weeks, of which he just texted consistently and called consistently, but I was just very stoic and good at keeping up my boundaries because, of course, this was closer to the beginning of the year before letting him keep breaking down my walls. And so that's kind of where I'm going with this, the whole breaking down my walls or breaking me down, or it's really wearing on me. And especially because I understand and know what nagging is. It's not someone who needs to be taught. I'm not someone who needs to be taught why and how to divest or decenter men. I am part of the initial movement, which started way back in the day. I just didn't have, I wouldn't even just say the balls to keep going with it. Really just a little too lazy. And yeah, a coward because I don't want to be too real and too offensive, I know that people like raw, real, and authentic, but I'm like along the lines of nosy hoe, where that could easily, be taken in a negative light. And, my chart, I'm born in the 12th house. I'm already written to be infamous, if famous at all. Okay. So back to where I'm going with this is because I don't know if you call this the shadow work. I hate when readers say, because you've been doing the work. And it's like, what have I been doing? I haven't been doing any damn thing. But at the same time, I am not the person I used to be. So I guess I have done some work. But I guess with this week's shadow work, yes, I've always known and have never shied away or not known that I have anger issues. The first daughter, we inherit our father's anger, and my father is Mike Tyson. He was a monster, okay, and still is a monster. And thus I am his daughter. And yeah, in this relationship, I have had several anger outbursts. Now, granted, I've had these angry outbursts because I know when I'm being toyed with or fucked with, and that does get under my skin. It's insulting. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm embarrassed, but I'm not embarrassed because I don't subscribe to the idea that, oh, because you're angry, there's something wrong with you. No, it means I will kill you, I will fuck you up. And you should just be happy that I don't do that. I'm not, it's crazy because I've been pushed to be stoic for the most part in the career field, but really nowhere else. But I'm not afraid to be called angry. That's period what I'm trying to say. So if you think that you're pissing me off by saying that, no, you're giving me more fever. You're about to make me the best, most authentic dominatrix there ever was to live, because I'm not going to give you that lame, dumb, you're just a weak cock sucker. I'm not going to give you that. I'm going to give you, motherfucker, Don't play. Because anyway, like when I say bitch, it's not gonna be cute. You're gonna really feel like a bitch. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm angry. I spurt out anger, and sometimes at the most inconvenient time. And again, even if this guy is a psychopath, I thank him for his patience, even if he is the one antagonizing me or, poking the bear. I still thank him. Is someone outside listening to me? I still thank him for his patience because, oh, is that phone in? Oh, that's the tablet, the iPad. But anyway, so I do thank him for his patience because, anger is not cute. That part. Okay. Yeah, I'm not afraid to be called angry, but I am afraid to not be called cute. But yeah, that part is not cute. And I've also realized, okay, so let me just speed up because I'm sorry. If you want to play this at 2 point whatever, I totally understand. I hate people that are long-winded. So anyway, yesterday morning, and I know this has something to do with the moon or whatever's going on in the cosmos. It was a cosmic joke. It was a psychological joke. So I woke up at about, I don't know, 1, 2 a.m. and I looked at his location. Because, of course, this psychopath shared his location with me. And, of course, I have tried 5 times to disconnect it, right? I would enable it, right? And he'll just share it again. And the reason I'll do this is because I know that his MO is to show it to me so that I can just eventually go crazy, right? He plays for the long game, so he has been being extremely good. And I know it's just a matter of time before he does something out of the ordinary, right? Why else would he share his location with me? I mean, I know the point I'm supposed to believe is that he's trying to show his trust. But I don't meet guys like that. No, no, no. So anyway, around 1 a.m., I checked the location. And let's just say it said 10614, such and such Ave. Okay. I woke up to use the bathroom around 4 or 5 a.m. and it said 1008, such and such Ave. Now, he stays in a hotel because the job provides the hotel rooms. And what he's doing is wise, he doesn't pay anything for it. It's free. And he's doing that because in case he loses his job, he didn't lose his original apartment, which is here in the city that I'm in. And, I don't mind because for both places, the less he pays, the more money he has for me. So that's cool and everything. The thing is that that's precisely my point. The location keeps changing from 10614 to 10608, sometimes to 10604. Now, I've tried to decipher, for a few months now, what this could possibly mean. He's a smoker. He could be going downstairs to smoke, or he could be going in his car. He could be doing lots of things. Doesn't help that one time he was smoking outside and I heard a crackhead clearly said his name, and he tried to act as if he didn't hear the woman saying his name, and she said it several times, and he proceeded to ignore her as if he didn't know her. Um, so that was very telling to me. Um, anyway, so seeing that at 5 in the morning that his location had changed just a few numbers, this time I blacked out, like in my head. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I think this guy is cheating on me all night while I'm sleeping, because he's at work for the most part during the day, works 10 hours, well, in the afternoon to evening, and spends most of that time on the phone with me when I am not, escaping to get myself back. I am not a person that likes to sit on the phone, yet I'm in a situationship with someone who needs that time on the phone. They obviously just don't like to be alone, you know. And I love being alone. So anyway, I've known myself to be one of these people that I used to say back in the day, like, if you text me at a certain time in the morning, I drunk text. I might say something I didn't mean to say and actually type it all out and press send. I've done things like that at certain wee hours in the morning, especially if drunk, but sometimes just very much sleepy. Um, and so this was very much like that, where I saw the location for the second time. And this time, instead of saying, oh, the app could just be twitching, glitching, no, this time I said, this motherfucker is playing with me. I guess there are compiled reasons why. For one, I have been holding back on sex, and he's been a tad bit unbothered for, I was going to say for my liking, but it's not for my liking because he was doing too much, which I wasn't liking. But as far as, thinking that he is being serviced somewhere else, I do. I believe that he could possibly be doing it with his roommate, who is a guy, and or one of his crackhead neighbors that live in the hotel. So, of course, the other day when I'm having my anger moment because I'm not having the space that I need to think and ponder, he was in my space. And of course, as usual, when he's in my space, like I told him, I feel like he makes all of it all about his dick. Like, I can't sit down and watch a movie without him rubbing his dick and looking like he's in the mood. I can't cook. I can't have a conversation. There's nothing. It's like his dick takes over everything. It takes precedence. And it makes me sick because I am someone who doesn't like to fuck for free. And I mean, that's from the heart. That's why this is making me sick. I don't care if I am your girlfriend, which I don't know what the fuck that is. What is a girlfriend? What is a wife? These are labels for people who are human masturbators. And what do you call it? An audience for these men who need attention and need to come every single day and all day. So it does really bother me, Now, jealous, yes, but do I really care? No. I think the anger really stems with this one because of, well, let me not say that. It's like, I'm a Leo rising. I never expect to place second to anyone, right? But in addition to that, right, you, like most men do, try to convince me, persuade me, seduce me, manipulate me, push me into this corner to be loyal to you so that you can go out and do what I said you were going to do from the gate. Oh, hell no. No, that is the real stemming of anger. It's like, because, in all actuality, if I'm going to keep it juicy, it's like, I have been quote unquote cheating on him. And I say quote unquote because, again, I never asked you to be my man. And because I don't believe you, I have not stopped doing what I do, you know? And so, yeah, I've been on a few dates since talking to him in the last 6 months. And I've definitely been taking cuddle clients and anything else that pays well, as I feel to do so. So, because one thing you're not going to do is spoil me one week. And then after you spoil me, you look at me like I really didn't deserve it. And so now, you want to give me breadcrumbs next week. And it's like, no, you met me doing this because I actually needed the money, not desperate for the money, but not desperate to be used for nothing and then be struggling. That's my mindset. That's my mindset, Yes, I work. I have a full-time job. Not only do I have a full-time job, I have a career job. I have a highly sought-after job. I work besides professional people. I have to wear professional clothing, more or less suits to work. And I'm not saying all of that to toot my own horn, but actually I am, because people would assume that because I do any type of, spicy work, that means that I am in some way dumb, desperate, lost, or something like that. I had a client like that last week, and he paid nice. Young guy. He was only, how old did he say he was? I think he said he was 26 or 27. Virgo, listens to jazz, truck driver. Intelligent guy, but still, 26, so he only knows what he knows. But he was playing one of those newer mind games where, after our session, which was good, for the first time, for it to be like a first time client, it was good. After that, he wanted to talk for an hour, and we talked about a lot of things, and he was even giving me pointers as to, what I can do on OnlyFans. He told me about Pinky's OnlyFans and how she's been scatting, and pretty much he's been buying those scats videos. Scatting is watching people take a shit. So he spends his money doing that. Yeah. He asked, oh, that's what he asked, right? How much for him to spend the night? And I said 1,000 or something like that. And he said, you know how many Pinky videos I could buy with that? Something like that. I don't remember what he said, but I just remember him saying, you know how many Pinky videos I could buy with that? But anyway, he was giving me a lot of pointers. But at some point, he even told me, he asked, why don't you do like ASMR? Why don't you eat fast food and talk about it? and stuff like that. I was like, what? This is after telling him that I am now officially a amateur porn star. And so, he started to sound like doing this condescending thing, like, oh, there's so much more to you. There's so much more. You can be so much more. There's so much more you can do. You know, seeing the light in me. And I understand that. I've been getting that since, I don't know. I remember being 21 and being one of those bathroom attendants, handing people gum and refreshments. Now, granted, this was in a crappy ass bar in Hoboken. But, and some white girl comes in and she says, oh my God, like you could be doing anything else. Like you are so better than this. Please don't do this for your life. And I was looking like, what? I'm trying to help. I'm trying to get some extra funds to feed my kid. Hi, deal. So, but anyway, yeah, he started talking like that too. Like, there's so much, I see so much more in you. And I'm like, yeah, like I really want to be known for eating cheeseburgers, which I actually probably eat every day. And he's probably right. I do spend money on Uber Eats because I'm so busy working my corporate job that I rarely find the energy to cook me. Not rarely, but most times out of the month, I don't find the energy to cook. I really have to be in the mood, I cooked several times last week. This week. But anyway, I could probably do exactly what he's talking about. I could do a lot more. I could do what I'm doing now, which is talking to you and but again, the 45-year-old me knows that, like I've said in several videos before, I've been approached by Blacktail magazine since the time I turned 18. And my South Node is in Pisces, is in the 8th house, and a lot of other things contributing to this being one of the gifts I'm given, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I get it. All women can do this, right? Who can't do this? The feedback I'm getting is awesome. I wish that the money coincide. Excuse me. I have to pause that. Which I'll have to do another video on Pornhub, Fiverr. I've got some negative reviews that I really need to get out there. But anyway, yeah, so where was I going with that? He was trying to be condescending, and I know that, like I said, had I been doing this a lot earlier, sheesh, the amount of money I would have gone through by now. I'd totally been infamous. But I definitely saw my ones. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yes, my numbers are organically growing really fast. I mean, I guess everyone is like that on Pornhub, and that's maybe why they pay so minimum amount of money, like all these apps do. But I just know I used to talk about how certain Hispanic women were overly sexualized, but it took one to know one, and that's really why I could say that, not trying to be rude or disrespectful to anyone. I just call things like I see it, and I've been this way probably all my life. Even, I'm thinking about a picture of me at 9 years old, and I'm posing like a Playboy model. Not really, but that's what everyone else saw when they saw the picture. Because then came the birds and the bees. conversation. They took me to the library in the Bronx. But anyway, so yeah, I've always had this overly sexualized persona, or aura even, if that's a thing. But and so at times I've been ashamed of it, and I think Leo women go through this a lot, and so we try to overcompensate in other areas, right? I knew another Leo woman who was an attorney, and she had the big butt, but very much determined to not be um, regarded in that way, right? So, and my mom as well is a Leo rising, and even though she has 7 kids, um, she finished her master's and started her doctorates when she realized, I don't have to prove anything else to anyone else, Um, and I think that that's what that was about, and me too. Working in the field that I work in banking, and just always trying to prove to people that no, I'm not a bimbo. I just look like one. Ah. And I'm an angry one. Angry bimbo. Ideal. Is that a movie? Because it should be. But anyway, yeah. So he immediately, that same guy, after doing all that and having great conversation, and then he said, "Hey," I was like walking him to the door. He's like, "You want to talk on your balcony for like another hour?" I said, "No." I was having a great conversation with him though, but I was tired and ready to pick it up later. And also, no, you hired me for 1 hour only, baby. And I don't care how friendly and bimbo-ish I appear to be. I'm not. You're on the clock. You paid for 1 hour, and 1 hour is all you get. I don't care if you ejaculated in the first 8. Ah. So anyway, yeah. Okay, let me just speed this up because now we're almost going into an hour, and I swore no. And I'm not even finished. I'm still working. My laptop is still open in the living room. But and so after that, he told me, I was like, yeah, but you come back next time. We'll chop it up. We could talk next time. And he's just like me, taking notes, and I'm taking notes from him, and he's taking notes from me, and things like that. But he kept saying, or he said to me at least twice, he was like, I probably won't see you again because I don't want to make a habit of building friendships with people I have to pay. And I told him that I completely understand. And as a matter of fact, I respect it because, what you get in this game of dealing with hobbyists are men who they'll pay one time, they'll pay 2 times. But at some point, they're going to try to start getting some type of discount or wanting extra for the buck. They're always trying to push your boundaries. These are these types of men. Some of them, probably like my Pisces, are not even really interested in the sex. He is, but more or less interested in the mind behind the sex and the idea of who do you think you are charging. So it's those types of men. So, but yeah, I noticed that later on, I don't know if I noticed it a couple of hours later or the next day, that, he canceled his appointment on the site, which was fine because I don't want to pay the extra for it. But I believe he blocked me from, social medias. And that probably means that he blocked my phone number as well, which he doesn't know. I never pick up the phone to call anyone. I mean, I rarely even call my mother or daughter. I don't call anyone. And again, that's not something I'm proud of. It's just part of my who I am. And yeah, so he did all that. That was his own little game that he played for himself, for his own ego boost, or maybe he really felt like he needed to block me, and in order to not have that temptation. I don't know. People tell themselves whatever it is they have to tell themselves to make them feel better about a situation. And I would say that I do that too, but I can't say that because I'm extremely self-critical. So anyway, that was an hour's worth of what's been going on in my mind in the last 48. So all you readers, you can confirm or reaffirm or construct a new story out of that. And other content creators that are watching. All because you know that YouTube will not let me get any real subscribers. Which, okay, I'll be mature enough and say that I don't post on a consistent basis. But if they listen to my content, they would probably say that it wasn't, deemed monetarily, I was going to say monetarily suspicious. That's thinking of work. Deemed worthy of being monetized. Not wanting to be negative, but I just get hit with the blockages all the time when I'm just being myself. And that's why I want my own platforms, which I'll probably find out why other platforms are so restrictive soon. But anyway, that's talk for another time, because I like I said, I hate long-winded videos, so I just can't even imagine. However, if I'm walking with a mother sucker, then I'd listen to the whole video. So, anyway, 1.